So this is going to be a mostly off-the-cuff video. There's a few specific things that I want to talk about, but I don't have a script for this one. Earlier this year, I heard about this person called Lily Orchard, and it's someone that I'd heard about before, but hadn't paid much attention to. All the way back from her Brony days, actually, and she popped up a few different times as I was on the internet throughout my adulthood. I never really gave her much thought. I just thought that she was somebody out there with strong opinions about cartoons that I didn't necessarily agree with. Then, earlier this year, a post came across my dash, and it said, "We need to stop scrutinizing trans women to the degree that we are, and trans people in general." On that list was someone that I'm actually friends with, that I had watched the negativity surrounding them and aimed at them. And I was like, yeah, this guy has had so much negativity thrown at him, people wildly misinterpreting his opinions. So I assumed that everybody on the list, similar situation, they weren't actually that bad. And the internet was doing what the internet does, and just being extremely negative and picking apart any little screw up that someone could do. Moreover, hyper scrutinizing trans people. That's just kind of par for the course. If there's something that Lily and I can agree on, it's that the internet loves the narrative of trans women bad. So I gave a few of the people on that list, especially the names that I recognized, follows, including Lily. My main social media site at the time was Tumblr, and I only think her and like one other person had a Tumblr. So I followed her and someone else who I can't even remember who it was at this point. And I didn't watch any of her videos for like a month or two. I just followed her when she brought up some things that, you know, I had comments on her Tumblr blog. I like maybe chimed in once or twice. And then I started noticing that she treated her fans very badly, and she got angry at people very often. And I was like, at first I was like, well, yeah, I get it. She's been harassed by the internet for years. Like, you know, I had seen from a distance the Steven Universe drama video. I didn't watch the Steven Universe video because I didn't agree with it. I thought Steven Universe was fine as a cartoon show. And it was clear to me, even before I watched it, that she was riffing off of somebody else's videos, which was H-Bomber Guy. But I'm like, you know, whatever, we're all derivative on the internet, like it happens, whatever. Like one bad video that somebody made years ago isn't going to make me hate a trans person. That's silly. And then I noticed like some other things that just didn't make a lot of sense. Her writing wasn't very good, first of all. Like I read a couple of her little fan fictions. I think it was her Avatar stuff that she was doing at the time. I was like, wow, this is not good. And they're sisters, that's also kind of strange. So I was like kind of having these thoughts in my mind about her art and about her media takes and like things that I was familiar with. And I'm like, that's definitely like not a good take. What is going on here? And so I started to do my own research. Now this was around the time that I was starting to have this little bee in my bonnet where I was like, I don't like the way that YouTube critics and online news publications cover pieces of media. I think it's very uncurious, very anti-intellectual, very uncritical. It's like changing the rules of the piece of media to fit a narrative. And I noticed that Lily did this a lot herself. So I started doing some research. I started watching some of her videos. I started watching some of her critics. And I watched Hiding in Private's video, and I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then I watched Saya's Scribble video, and I was like, yeah, I agree with a lot of her takes. And then I noticed like, hey, I noticed that like nobody's really talking about these two specific titles that I care about, and that was Kingdom Hearts and The Coffin of Andy and Lele, which was like an indie horror game that came out the previous year that I had really liked. So I replayed it, and then I made a video on it responding to Lily Orchard. And then at the end of that, I'm like, you know what? Let's cover the Kingdom Hearts video too. And then in the span of about 2 or 3 months, I went from like 15 or 20 people that were subscribed to my YouTube and Twitch combined to, as of recording of this video, We're creeping up on 1,700 viewers, subscribers, I should say. And my Lily videos in particular are getting like thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of views. Now, that might not be a lot for the big guys. I know that's still pretty small, but it's bigger than I ever thought And Lily just had so many bad opinions, and I wanted to confront them. I wanted to confront Lily Orchard. And it went from me covering two things that I thought nobody else would have an opinion on because it was either like very niche and almost taboo, like the coffin of Andy and Lele, or it was such a big topic like Kingdom Hearts, and so nerdy and kind of like not very trendy anymore, that I thought that like I could throw my 2 cents here and that'll be done with it. Like somebody should say something about it. They're big things on her channel, so I should cover it. And it went from that to me, honestly, I became kind of obsessed. Lily Orchard has called me and Sai and Anthony and the people we surround ourselves with vultures. And in the past few weeks, maybe the past month or two, I've begun to think that maybe she's right in a way. I still believe the allegations against her. That's just my opinion. Nothing has been proven. And while I believe those things, I don't know if it's fully my place to comment on them. Now, I've made 2 videos about Lily that aren't about her media takes or the fiction or her writing or her drawings or her wife's drawings or whatever. I made a Lily Orchard is not a true leftist, and I made Is Lily Orchard a cult of personality? And I felt that those were valid things to talk about, and they were the things that I could contribute to her non-artistic works that were worthwhile. And originally, I was planning for those to be my last 2 videos. They were the 2 things that I thought that people should be talking about that nobody had really made into a video format. People had covered the allegations, people covered her art takes, but nobody had really spoken about how she impacts the greater culture around her. So I wanted to do that as well. And I noticed that I kept doing that. I kept on saying, like, this will be my last one. This will be my last one. No, I'll just do this one last time. And the last time I covered Lily, it was with Sai and Anthony over on Sai's channel. And I was like, I really don't want to cover anymore, but I guess this is the last time. I've been realizing that every single Lily Orchard video that I have made, it was always intended to be my last video. All the way back to the video that I made about Kingdom Hearts and the coffin of Andy and Lele. And it is because I don't really like making videos like this. Now, when I look back at my works involving Lily Orchard, something that I've been thinking about is this what I want to be known for? And the answer to me is very obvious. No, this isn't what I want to be known for. And the fact of the matter is, when Lily Orchard disappears and she stops being the new thing that everybody's covering, if I continued down this path, I would have 2 options. Stop covering Lily and hope that I still have an audience that's interested in watching my other stuff, or find a new person to cover, a new person to make content on all the time, a new person to hyper focus on, a new person that people come to my streams primarily to dunk on. If I continue doing what I'm doing and focusing on Lily, that's the audience that I'm going to get, and it's not what I personally want, because nobody's ever going to remember me for that sort of content. I want to make content about things that I like, stuff that I love, topics that make me think. And ultimately, Lily is not going to be relevant forever. And as soon as Lily is no longer relevant, I will become irrelevant if this is what I choose to cover. So I'm making the switch now. I'm switching over to focus on stuff that I enjoy doing rather on this stuff. Now, that doesn't mean I don't want to cover other media analysts, other people that cover fiction, other people that talk about works of fiction. I still want to talk about that and how it's covered on YouTube, but not like this. I think some of my better videos doing this is the ones I did on MatPat and the one I did on Anita Sarkeesian. I liked making those videos because I like MatPat and I like Anita Sarkeesian, and I enjoyed their videos at one point in my life. And to be honest, if MatPat was still on Game Theory, I would probably still be watching Game Theory, and it would be one of my guilty pleasures. My relationship with Lily Orchard is parasocial, and it is toxic. And I think that's something that a lot of us aren't willing to admit. I don't know Lily personally. I think I have fooled myself into thinking I have some sort of connection to her because we live in the same city, and I've met Courtney years ago. We ran in similar circles for a very short length of time, and I met Lily's family members about 8 or 9 years ago now, but I haven't spoken to them in years. I don't have a connection to Lily Orchard, not the way that her victims do, not the way that her fans do. And while I am still happy to fact check certain things regarding, like, if this makes sense in the context of, Halifax, Nova Scotia, I'm happy to do that. Not in videos anymore. The tipping point for me, I think, was that video with Sai. That video was fine. Sai was a great host on her channel, but by the end of it, I just didn't want to do it. I had so much more fun having those little moments in between, just talking to Anthony and Sai about various media that we liked. But at the end, I was like, can we just please get through this? Because I don't enjoy the Lily slop. I really don't. And I've realized that I'm at the bottom of this spiral, and I want out. And I recognize that the only person that can get me out is me. So that's what I'm doing. So if I'm no longer covering Lily, and Lily is what made my channel take off, well, what now? My core audience has always seemed to prefer my other things. I did a 30-hour stream, or Donkey Kong 64, last week, and I'm still recovering from it. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna show up H-Bomber Guy. I am gonna beat this all in one sitting. And I did. I took 1 3-hour nap break where my friends ran a little podcast while I was sleeping. But other than that, I didn't take any break. I just spent 30 hours playing Donkey Kong 64, and it was so fun. I do my little call-in show called The Inferno, which there's going to be an episode releasing on Sunday. If you're watching this video, it's probably already out. I've probably already done it. Check it out on the live section of my YouTube channel, where I pick a topic, I give my stance on it, and then I open the floor for other people to call in and give me their perspective on it. Most times that I've done it, my mind has been open to new and exciting things, and it's been great. I do art streams where I'm like, hey guys, send me any amount of money, and I will do a little doodle for you. And I find that a little bit more approachable than commissions because they're not as high stakes. Like, somebody could give me $1, somebody could give me $50. And I tend to try to scale my the quality of the piece to the amount donated. And I just draw something for somebody. And luckily, the stuff that I really like doing is stuff that is paying my bills right now. And then, of course, there's the quote-unquote video essays. They're not very big or impressive right now. I only have about 3 up on my channel. They're serviceable, they're fine. I've only been a YouTuber for 4 or 5 months, so I'll probably be making more of those, including this one, which is kind of, I guess, sort of a video essay. It's more of a lecture/explanation. But in the future, I'd love to make more of those, focus on edited content. So art, gaming, video essays, probably what I'm going to focus on my channel. And that's the stuff that I actually like doing. That and the Inferno show. So I wish everyone that remains in this sphere where they're looking at Lily Orchard critically. All the best. And I hope you find whatever peace and ending you're looking for. I hope this gets resolved in a way that's satisfactory to everyone, but I'm hopping off. Yeah, I'm done with it. I again want to take this time to thank my core audience that has watched not just my Lily videos, but my other stuff too. I'm really grateful to you guys. I feel very humble that you all want to watch my stuff, that you want my art, that you're interested in what I have to say. Going forward, I am going to be unlisting some of my Lily Orchard videos. I will put them all in a playlist, and you will be able to watch them in the future. And some of the more, what I think are the important ones, will be able to be searched up on YouTube still. I won't be taking them down, I won't be making them unwatchable, but I just don't want my channel to be a focus of that. If you want to see more content by me, please hit that subscription button. And if you have any feedback on this video, leave a comment down below, because I'd really like to hear your feedback on it. But that will be all for today. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.